Hello, I am in my apartment surrounded by boxes and more boxes and boxes just about everywhere. They're mostly boxes of moving stuff, but also some boxes of van stuff that I'm really waiting to get put in, eager to get put in. I think you will probably hear from anybody who's honest about their van build that it's not an easy thing, and it's can be very frustrating. There's a lot of, one step forward, 10 step back kind of situations. And we ran into that with the windows that we were so proud to get put in the other day. As luck would have it, yesterday was a very rainy day. It rained all day long. And I went out in the morning just to check on the windows and to work on some other things. And I found a lot of drips just coming around the edge of the window. It was leaking through the frame where we thought we had it as tight as possible, but apparently we didn't. So I reached out to Van Windows Direct, and really after a couple of email exchanges, they wanted pictures, but they weren't the right pictures. So I sent more pictures, and then I didn't hear any more from them. So I don't know if they're going to get back to me today with some suggestions on how to improve the fit of the windows. I also reached out to C.R. Lawrence, the manufacturer of the windows. I just sent that email this morning, so I don't know if I'll hear from them. And I reached out on my forums, both some Facebook groups and then also on the Promaster forum, which is really awesome. And some people came back, somebody suggested using butyl tape, like scraping off the foam that's on the interior of the window itself, which is on the exterior of the van. So you've got the window and it kind of goes through the hole a little bit, and then the frame that grasps onto it. Inside the edge lip of the window, there is some foam that came installed from the manufacturer. So somebody just suggested scraping that off and using butyl tape instead. What we had done when we saw that there was a little bit of a gap and it wasn't completely closing up on the metal was to take the metal ring, and inside the metal ring on the edge of the hole in the van to put the weather stripping tape that I already had. So we used that. We thought we closed it up tightly, but obviously it wasn't enough to keep water out. So the other option I have, which I think will be my first step, is to go back out with my screwdriver, my power screwdriver, this little guy from Ryobi. When we tightened the screws, we tightened them down as far as we possibly could by hand, and they really felt like they had stopped moving. So we thought that they were in completely. It's possible that there's a little bit more play there. I'm gonna find out, because with this power drill, I can set it on low speed and high torque. And that is what was recommended to me initially by Van Windows Direct. I called them before I did the install just to confirm, to make sure I had understood the instructions completely. And I didn't do this because we thought that the screws were in as far as they could possibly go by hand. So anyway, I'm gonna go back and give this a shot today and see if that closes up that little space. And fingers crossed that's gonna work, because it's been so frustrating. We've already had the windows in and out about 8 times just to make sure that we had proper fit in the hole, that the window was going all the way through, that the frame was right size, and the frame itself actually had to be squeezed together. It overlaps at the bottom, it's an open ring, and we had to trim off about 1/4 inch on each one of the frames to make sure that they fit, because they were a little wide for the window, which I guess is very common. Anyway, it's been it's been an adventure just getting windows in before I can even go on an adventure. That's what I'm gonna be working on today, along with getting some of the stuff out of my apartment, because I've got just over 2 weeks before my lease is up, and I'm on the road and packing up anything that's not already built into the van and taking it to Florida to work. So anyway, cross your fingers for me that the window plan A works, and if not, I've got plan B, C, and maybe D, but I don't want to use those. All right, we've been working on windows all day, it seems, and we're about to do a water test. Yep, it's coming in through the bottom screws. Oh yeah, lots of water. There's water all along in here and along here that came through the window. I just poured it along the top. I've got drips here on the outside frame and not underneath, so that's concerning to me. And a little bit of water, I think, right there. So hard to see, but right in there, there's some water, and on here, and actually a little bit right up here, and this is the frame for the screen, so I'm not sure what's going on. On the driver's side window, things look a lot better. I am only finding just a tiny little bit of moisture right here on the lower right-hand corner. So that makes me happy. Just did a hand wash on this baby, and it's a little hard to see, but there's still water dripping around here. A drip drip there. So it is not watertight. And a little bit on this side as well that you can see just evidence from the drips right there. So, and some right in the center. So I'm going to go back and reseal this one.